All right. Still got some more disclaimers here. I know there's a breakup. This is just continuing right from the last thing. You're on the journey now, if you're on the journey. So I hope you're paying attention. I reiterate that I have made the above determinations and below determinations, everything I'm going to say, and this declaration under no duress, coercion, promise of reward or gain, or undue influence, and of my own free will, with no mental reservation and with no intent to evade any legal duty under the laws of the United States, the compact, the holding company, or any of the several states. I sincerely invite any person who has reason to know or believe that I am in error in my determinations and conclusions above to so inform me and to state the reason they believe I am in error in a comment below. Or contact me on email at theforestwalker@protonmail.com. Forest Walker is my trade name. I'm a sui juris sovereign with express reservation of all my rights in law, equity, and all other natures of law. Found some really cool legal maxims to share with the people. Words are indications of the intention. So I believe my words are very expressly clear. And if I'm not being clear or if I'm being ambiguous in any way, help me. Ask questions, please. And as one king to another, as king questions is a great way to show our sovereignty. So I'm happy to answer questions but if you're not going to answer my questions, then one who does not speak the truth freely is a traitor to the truth. Lawyers. There is no injury to and judges. There is no politicians. There is no injury reporters, mainstream media. There is no injury to one, the Catholic Church, the Pope, the Pontiff. There is no injury to one who consents. So let it be clear, I have not consented to becoming a U.S. citizen or being in any inferior jurisdiction. Okay? The necessity of proving always rests on the claimant. So if you want to claim I'm a U.S. citizen, prove it. Or if you want to claim I'm a corporation, prove it. And please finish watching all my videos before you decide to come at me, because this is the discovery that I'm opening up. A person who does not prohibit the intervention of another in his behalf is always believed to authorize it. A person who does not prohibit the intervention of another in his behalf is always believed to authorize it. Well, I didn't know there was beneficiaries operating on my behalf with an account I didn't know I had, because they had lodged it with the Treasury Department or whatever it's called, because it's like 50 different names, the U.S. Treasury Department, the Treasury Department of the U.S., the Treasury, blah, blah, blah. Wherever, they put a value on it, my birth certificate, and then they borrowed money against it. Where's my, excuse my language. I want this to be appropriate for kids, so I'm trying not to cuss. Children. Let the children, what Yeshua said, he's like, let the children come unto me, right? Do not stop them. So I guess I shouldn't be dropping the F-bombs. But come on. I mean, I'm a little emotional. So I am prohibiting. If it hasn't been clear yet, let it be known. You are prohibited. Anybody's prohibited. You better come get my express permission if you want to use my name or any of my estates or monies or any of the things that I'm entitled to. I am the entitlement holder and the holder. We'll get there. We'll get there. I want to finish these maxims. Power should follow justice, not precede it. Cops. Power should follow justice, not precede it. All these African brothers and sisters, these beautiful indigo, blessed beings on our planet that have built this country, and you're out there executing them in public. Power should follow justice, not precede it. I mean, you're breaking the law. You realize that? It's a capital crime. Come home now and get your immunity, man. Come home and get your immunity. You better say sorry. We can set up truth and reconciliation committees that really we get to the truth. Sounds like South Africa did a pretty good job. We can do better. But we need to bring it all into the light, and we need to tell the people, and we need to let the people cry, we need to let the people wail, and the people that have been enforcing these lame-ass jurisdictions and keeping us enslaved to the 14th Amendment and 13th Amendment citizenry, they need to suck it up and humble down. Maybe we can save your life. Maybe. It just looks bad, man. The deeper I dig, the digger I deep, the deeper I dig. Woo-wee. So, if we can bring our minds together and have a meeting of the minds now, is there some possible way? I don't know. Maybe we can just segregate everyone that wants to molest little kids into one area. Okay, you ought to know with whom you make an agreement. So, you made an agreement with me at birth. I didn't know it. You know? So here I am, I'm failing a legal maxim in your mind because I didn't take the time to understand that you defrauded me at birth. Well, now I know. Written obligations are undone by writing, and the obligation of mere consent or naked agreement is dissolved by a bare consent to the contrary. And since I didn't give consent, it takes the slightest anything of non-consent to show you that I'm not trying to be part of your jurisdiction. A suit is a civil battle. Just as the plaintiffs are armed with actions and, as it were, girded with swords, so against them the defendants are fortified with pleas and defended as though by shields. And I am truly the defendant. For 44 years, defending my life. It is according to nature that the advantages in any matter should come to the person to whom the disadvantages will attend. All right. So we're laying stuff on the record to prep for what I'm doing. You understand that? We're building blocks. It's a temple, you know. And so we got to build blocks. And so we're getting there. A lot of people have no understanding. So I just wanted to read Title 18, Section 241, Conspiracy Against Rights. And even though I don't authorize Title 18 of the United States Codes Annotated because it's statutory law, I do recognize that it definitely is applicable to the Congress, any of the U.S. citizenry that were actively engaged in this pyramid scheme of enslaving the people and turning the nationals into state property so that they could borrow money from the Catholic Church, basically. Against our names and our birth certificates and our social security numbers. So this applies to you guys, okay? I mean, it applies to everyone. It's a good law. It's public law. I mean, I don't think anyone, anyways. But, right, anyways, I just didn't want to defend the United States Code Annotated and act like I'm authorizing it. But it does apply to you guys. 241, Conspiracy Against Rights. Title 18, 241. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person, any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or because of his having so exercised the same, or if two or more persons go in disguise on the highway, or, oh, Guy Nelson in disguise on the highway. I thought you were a lawful authority out there tackling and tasing me. Come to find out you're a corporate law enforcement officer. Tasing an American national who understood his rights to drive. Peacefully driving down the road. And you just had to pull me over and tase me. Okay. They shall be, okay. If two or more persons go in disguise on the highway or on the premises of another, with intent to prevent or hinder his free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege so secured, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. Section 242. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Oh, what's the color of law? Oh, the color of law, when it looks like it's law, when it looks like it's legitimate, but it's not. Just has the appearance of it. Whoever, under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom, willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, and we're going to capitalize that, the United States, or to different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such person being an alien or by reason of his color or race than are prescribed for the punishment of citizens, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosives, or fire, shall be fined. Oh, or you say hospital, the fire alarms. Always trying to get me with that conscious parallelism in the fire alarms. So you can steal all my stuff. Shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years, or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. Yeah. Yeah, I think if we opened all the files and we had a true discovery, we would find that you attempted to kill me many times. And when I say you, I'm talking about hey, how about Brad White? B. White. Marion County Deputy B. White. Big old, tall, mean, cussing, angry, abusive, white supremacist biker that wears skull masks into work and screams at everyone and opens and closes the doors constantly, and they're hydraulic doors. It's just constant, all night long, all day long. I mean, not only B. White, but he's like the classic example. If he's still out there and alive, you always wonder with people like that when someone's just going to not be able to take it anymore. Okay, here's section 245. Why not? Let's just go ahead and put some more law on the public record. I think it's good for everyone to hear, for the people to hear this. Nothing in this section shall be construed as indicating an intent on the part of Congress to prevent any state, any possession, or commonwealth of the United States or the District of Columbia from exercising jurisdiction over any offense over which it would have jurisdiction in the absence of this section. So, state. Washington State. That's the state that I was born in. And it's not here anymore. It's in abeyance. So where did it go? It's right here. Okay, if the government fails the people, the sovereignty reverts to the state becomes me. I am the state. Okay, or anybody that's out there. I was in a state. I was in my state because there's no actual states happening. I mean, there are now, and I mean, there probably was, but they were so hard to find. I had not found them. There's no people operating the actual government of the people. So I was operating under my own government because the state that we know it is a bunch of pirates. So that I'm under my own jurisdiction, and it's right here, man. You don't have any authority over me when I have my own jurisdiction. Or any jurisdiction over any offense over which it would have jurisdiction in the absence of this section. Nor shall anything in this section be construed as depriving state and local law enforcement authorities of responsibility for prosecuting acts that may be violations of this section and that are violations of state and local law. No prosecution of any offense described in this section shall be undertaken by the United States except upon the certification in writing of the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, the Associate Attorney General, or any Assistant Attorney General specifically designated by the Attorney General. All right, I'm just done with this. Anyways, you got it. Conspiracy against right, deprivation of rights under color of law. Come on. All right, 15 in.